Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on My Fault London, a romance drama movie. That's redundant. About a young couple in London, and he's rich, and she's hot, and he's hot, and everything's perfect, and there's car racing and fighting. It's the same. I mean, if you're a 14-year-old girl, you're going to love this thing. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 16 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free, based on the best-selling novel. It's always based on the best-selling novel somehow. And they hire the hottest people in Hollywood or England or whatever, and they make this movie. And there's all sorts of intrigue and scenes like this. We're about to kiss, and then they don't kiss, and then maybe they kiss, and then they have hot kiss. Oh yeah, and then they have all kinds of hot sex. My Fault London, new original movie. You ought to put that word in quotes. February 13th on Amazon Prime. I mean, it's like the Fast and Furious for girls. So if you're a big fan of the Fast and Furious and you want to see some hot guys and some hot cars and some hot guys beating each other and hot guys, and it's based on a best-selling novel. Yeah, I'm sure it was best-selling. Sure. I'm sure it sold millions of copies to women, ladies. So this is your movie. The girl gets the guy because he's a bad boy. Oh, he's a bad boy. I don't like him at first. And then I have hot sex with him. Oh, now I love him. Oh, but he's in trouble. He's a bad boy. Come on. So, first act, her mother marries some dude in London, and he has a hot son from another marriage. And they meet, and for some reason, he's in a very expensive car, and they're all both in really nice clothes, and he gets mad at her and leaves her on a bridge. I showed you, based on the best-selling novel, which I would never read. Then she finds out in the second act, oh, he races cars, and he fights, and he swims with no shirt on. And he's a bad boy. Oh, and then, I don't know, they keep hanging out with each other, and she steals his car and then steals his heart. He says stuff like, what are you doing to me? And then he gets into trouble. In the third act, they end up together. The end. The end. You got to see ridiculous chase scenes, and she's probably driving in them, it looks like. You're going to see fight scenes, bare-chested guys who are in perfect shape. Yeah, okay. Does it look like anything? There was a guy who once said, he was a Saturday Night Live writer, Mr. Mike. He said this about comedy, but I think it applies to movies. In comedy, the cake is your message, and the actual comedy part is the icing on the cake. And I think that's true with movies. You have a cake. It's like a cake. You have your message, which is the cake, and then your icing is all the accoutrements. This movie is all icing. It's all icing. I don't think there's any message here other than buy a ticket or watch it on Amazon or whatever. And in some, at some extent, there's nothing wrong with that. You're giving the public what they want. But this is the other end of the spectrum. For years, we've gotten movies that were all message and messages we didn't ask for. But back in the 80s, we used to get movies that had no message whatsoever. They were all fan service. So there's a balance to be had here. I mean, this is based on a best-selling novel. Not really seeing the detail I would expect in a novel. But a lot of novels are like that too. They're just all icing, no cake. So, would I see it? Hell no. Hell no. I would fake my own death to get out of seeing this movie. But you know, for the ladies, especially the young ladies. Oh, they'll love this movie. Would I greenlight it? Yeah, I'd probably greenlight it because I'd want money. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to knock your socks off. Here's the write-up. An 18-year-old girl moves from America to London with her mother and wealthy stepfather. She meets her stepbrother, and an attraction brews despite their efforts. Unaware, her estranged father tracks her down after release from prison. Oh, so he's going to be the bad guy. Okay. I mean, sure. Sure. Like, if you want to score some points with your young girlfriend, fellas, if you have one, if you're a young guy, this would be the movies to take her to see. She'll love it. Oh, she'll love it. Unless she has a brain. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on the green site, the orange site, and the black site for more videos. Thanks to all who came out to the iHeart Horror Convention today. That's the Groundhogzilla event. So that was a lot of fun. What's coming up next for me? Good question, Tony. Let's see. Oh, next up, I'll be at the Residence in Cherry Hill on the 7th to talk to the residents there at 3 p.m. for How to Hunt the Jersey Devil. Hope to see you there. We'll see you tomorrow.